What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we have some more Detroit Lions news. In the last 24 hours, the Lions have named their new defensive backs coach and passing game coordinator, Aubrey Pleasant. So let's get it started. Aubrey definitely looks like a pleasant guy to be around. If you know what I'm saying, get it? Because Aubrey Pleasant, he looks... Welcome everybody to another video. Glad you guys are here. And yesterday I put that old intro in one of our videos and the comment section was going kind of nuts over it, okay? Some people were saying, oh man, your old intro, I love it. Some people probably thought it was a new intro if you haven't seen it before, maybe if you weren't here back then. But I decided to just throw it in there just to see if anybody would even notice and anybody even talked about it. And yes, that was like the party of the comment section, which was... It was kind of cool to see. Plans with the intro is this. I've looked into changing it, but I've decided this. I think I'm going to wait till at least after the draft when we bring in some new drafted players, our free agents, and then we'll make the new intro, heading into the 2021 NFL season. Because now we have Dan Campbell, we have Brad Holmes. But I also want to get some players in that as well. So I'm thinking every year what we'll do is we'll make a new introduction. And we'll put it at the beginning of videos. That's what we're going to do every single year. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to leave our same one right now with the same intro with Glover Quinn and things like that. But once we start bringing in our players, then I'll update it, then I'll change it. And every year, I think that'll be something we do. It'll just be like a yearly thing that's kind of fun, and we'll rock with it throughout the entire year. But maybe I'll mix in that old one from time to time because I do like the old introduction. I just don't have the right logo there. It's my old logo. So it's like, oh, that looks kind of goofy. What is that? That was my old logo. It said DoseOfDion 2.0. Now I got the cool like lion thing, but I don't know how to put that on there. So if I use the old one, you're just going to see the old logo, which is okay, I guess. I mean, that kind of tells you, where we came from. But it also just says DoseOfDion. I don't even think it says DoseOfDion 2.0. I think that's before a 2.0 channel. So that is extremely old now that I'm thinking about it. Dang, I remember making that. I think that was I remember making that. Wow, man, time flies. Time absolutely flies. But we have some Detroit Lions news that I want to discuss in today's video. So, Lions have added another member to the coaching staff. It's really coming together now, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And this coach is once again a former player. Now, not the NFL level, but at the college football level. In high school, he was a running back, and in college, he played for Wisconsin, the Badgers, as he was a safety. He played in 41 games for the Wisconsin Badgers, and he got his start in coaching back at high school. Then he went to the U of M, Michigan. That's what I'm talking about. I already like this guy. Just that alone, I like you. I like it. But he went to Michigan. He coached at Michigan as a defense graduate assistant where he focused on that cornerback position. And during that time, Michigan had a really good defense. They led the league in 2011 in takeaways. And in 2012, when he was promoted at Michigan to the defensive backs coach, like when that became his official title, they're fifth in scoring defense in 2012. Good defensive years for Michigan for sure. Also, I believe that's like the last time we beat Ohio State, which is kind of sad to think of, honestly. But at least we got basketball. Oh no, we don't have basketball. We got COVID, so we don't got basketball for a couple weeks. All right, it's rough out here. It's rough out here, but we're still number 4 in the country, baby. Hopefully that doesn't fall off because we're not playing. It could. It probably could fall off. Dang, that stinks. All right. Forget that. Let's move on. So after Michigan, Aubrey Pleasant joined the Cleveland Browns as a coaching intern where he was focusing, I think, on the offensive side of the ball. But then at Washington, he became an offensive assistant. So he has some of an offensive background, which could have something to do with him being a passing game coordinator. But the very next year with Washington, they said, hold up, we're moving you back to the defense side of the ball. So he goes to defense as their quality control coach from 2014 to 2016. And his latest stop is with the LA Rams, where he then becomes their defensive backs coach from 2017 to 2020. And now he's with us as our defensive backs coach and passing game coordinator. So clearly there was a tie between Brad Holmes and Pleasant, and he was able to bring him into Detroit. But another former player, the Lions are clearly going about this a certain way. Now Dan Campbell, he's hiring a staff. That was going to be so important. He had to hire the right staff. And what did they tell us? Coaches would basically be lining up to work with Dan Campbell on this staff. But the coaching side of things is also looking pretty strong. I mean, talk about Deuce Staley, who went from trying to become the head coach in Philadelphia, and he didn't even take a promotion. He took the same role to work with the Detroit Lions and just asked out of his contract. Now we take a defensive backs coach from LA Rams, and he's the defensive backs coach here as well. It's impressive, like the certain people that we're able to bring to Detroit. Now, he has ties with Brad Holmes, so it may have been a little bit easier. But I did want to take a look at some of the numbers, what he was able to do with the LA Rams. Now, he doesn't control everything, right? We know that. We know that he wasn't in charge of the linebackers. He wasn't in charge of the pass rush. But I did want to take a look at their passing defense when he was there. So 2017 to 2020. Now, let's first take a look at 2016, which is before he got there, where their passing defense was rough, allowing a 95.5 pass rating, a 64% completion percentage, and also 32 touchdowns to only 10 interceptions. Passing defense, not very good. But in 2017, the first year he joins, this is a massive jump. 78.4 pass rating, 58.4 completion percentage, and only 21 to 18 interceptions. Biggest things here, everything. Everything's way better, but interceptions, 18 interceptions. That's at least an interception a game. That's impressive. The Lions have had issues forcing takeaways recently. So that's what really pops out to me. However, in 2018, you can see they took a step back, right? Now they're allowing a 93.7 pass rating, 65% completion percentage. But still, once again, 31 touchdowns, but 18 interceptions. So back-to-back years of 18 picks. That's still pretty good. In 2019, it gets better. 86.8 pass rating, 61.9% completion, 23 touchdowns to 13 picks. Still not bad. 13 interceptions, it's not bad. And finally, in 2020, 80.4 pass rating, 63% completion percentage, only 17 touchdowns to 14 picks. Makes sense about this is that back at Michigan, the same thing was happening. When he was working with Michigan in 2011, they led FBS in takeaways. And you take a look here with the Rams, they're able to get interceptions. That would be a huge key for the Lions if they could find a way to force some takeaways. And it seems like that was a strong suit with the Rams. Now, players also love him. That's one of the benefits of bringing in former players. And the Lions are, I think, really looking for that really good connection between players and coaches. Clearly that must not have been happening last year, and they've made a big effort to make that happen this year. And I don't think any other coaching staff has like this, where they have all these former players. But the players like these guys. At least that's what we've heard. Jalen Ramsey said he's the best in the NFL. He also said if you need an ear to listen to, he's there for you. Players like these players' coaches because they're older, but they're not super old. They play just like you did, and they can really connect with their players very well. The hope is that that's what our coaching staff will do. I'm hoping that our coaching staff, because they're all basically former players, connect well on every single level and every single aspect with their players, where the players feel extremely comfortable, they feel like they're playing in the right position, and also the players and coaches, they get along really well, but the coaches can understand what's going on with the players, right? They can understand when things are going well and they're not, getting them in the right position, all right? What it takes to make a guy tick. That's what Dan Campbell says. And a couple key notes about his time working in the NFL. First off, his safeties find a way to get interceptions. Okay, he's done a great job with young safeties. They just brought in Jordan Fuller out of Ohio State, but they have guys like Taylor Rapp, John Johnson, Taylor Rapp, those guys doing really well. I think Barron was also a safety, but their safeties found a way to get a lot of receptions. Multiple years, they had safeties leading the team in interceptions. So that tells me is guys like Tracy Walker, Will Harris, those guys are going to have a shot to be much better. We'll see if they bring back a guy like Duron Harmon. Also, at the cornerback position, there's a lot of connections that he has with guys that could potentially be free agents. Like I just said, John Johnson, that safety, he's going to be a free agent this year. With the Lions losing out most likely on Duron Harmon, John Johnson's the guy to look out for. They brought in Jordan Fuller, right? Now, he may get paid a little bit, but John Johnson has put up some really nice numbers with the Rams, and he's a free agent safety. Also at corner, Troy Hill. The guy has also put up good numbers with the Rams. He's a free agent cornerback, another guy this year. Nickel Roby Coleman, he is also set to be a free agent this year. Darius Williams, he is set to become a free agent this year. In the last couple of years, he's had a lot of interceptions. So there's a lot of connections that he's going to have with free agents from his time with the Rams, but also the safety group seems to take a big jump. So we're looking at a guy with Aaron Glenn that hopefully can help out our cornerbacks, right? Jeff Okudah, Amani, Justin Coleman, these guys. But then you take a look at the safety position. Well, we need help there as well. Tracy Walker, Will Harris, he's done a great job with safeties. That's my biggest takeaway of players individually. And also, there's a lot of free agent ties that he's going to have. So watch out for the Lions to sign guys that they've had connections with. But I do like this hiring because I think some of these free agents are really nice that the Lions can jump on. But also, he does really well with the safeties. The safeties always well. And plus, Corey Littleton did his thing. But Corey Littleton is, he's not available. Plus, he's a linebacker, but he wasn't working with Corey Littleton. Don't know why I pointed that out. But yeah, I'm just hoping that it works out for the Lions. But it's definitely an interesting approach, and it should be pretty awesome. Now, him being the passing game coordinator, interesting. What does that mean? Well, maybe something that has to do with his offensive background, but working in the secondary as a defensive backs coach, also knowing all the coverages, things like that, I can see how that can help the offense. Like, hey, here's our coverage. Here's where the weak spots are in the coverage. Here's what you got to look for as a quarterback when you're passing. I could see how that would help, right? If you know the other side of it, then yeah, you could do really good exploiting it. So he's joining the Detroit Lions. this coaching staff is coming together. He's also going to join Aaron Glenn, who is a former secondary coach for the New Orleans Saints. And we know the pass defense was bad, but we also know we got a lot of young guys, guys that need developed. And the hope is that guys like Aubrey Pleasant and Aaron Glenn can do that. All these ties will come back. We'll see when the Lions start signing people, and we'll try to draw it back to ties. But there's definitely some cornerbacks out there, some veteran cornerbacks, because of how long he's been in the business, that could be interested once again in playing with this coach. Jalen Ramsey? Maybe? No, probably not. Aubrey Pleasant, welcome to Detroit. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.